I was having some technical difficulties, so the editing transitions and angles are a little weird. My apologies.
Hello everyone, it's Griffin, and today we're going to talk about how to not be a dick to trans people. Right, Aki? Yay! So I have some mental health conditions that make it hard to maintain employment and go to school. However, my state has a government-run program, thankfully, which is nice, which helps people with various disabilities get and maintain employment and get an education, which is great. I was assigned a counselor to guide me through the process one-on-one, and she seemed nice and everything seemed to be going well until... you speak like a female, but you dress like a male. Do you plan on going through like a voice change? What? I don't know. Maybe? This woman thought she was just being supportive and asking harmless questions, but that doesn't mean her questions were harmless or that it felt supportive. Imagine, if you will, if the following scenario happened to a cisgender, meaning non-trans person. So, you dress like a girl, but your boobs are awfully small. What? Do you plan on taking birth control or, maybe getting implants to make them a little bigger? That would creep you out, right? And that person could potentially lose their job for asking such invasive questions. Unless you are my medical doctor, you probably don't need to know what I plan to do with my body. What I thought was going to be a session in which someone would help me get employment and go to school turned out to be a session in which I was expected to talk about my body because someone else found it fascinating. And these sorts of uncomfortable and often downright demoralizing and humiliating encounters with professionals are part of the reason why trans people do not seek out the help and services they need. Here, how about another reenactment of an uncomfortable situation that happened to me once?
Do you plan on giving birth like ever?
I don't know. First of all, I am turning 20 at the end of this month. I am not prepared to bring a child into this world. Second of all, what if the following scenario happened? So, do you plan on impregnating anyone anytime soon? That would be an uncomfortable situation because what I am asking is basically, so what do you plan to do with your sperm? Yes, I have a uterus and I've always imagined myself having kids, but it is not your business. Which leads me to the next thing. You should not say anything about a trans person's genitals. If you ever ask me any questions about my genitals, my response might be, oh, are we fucking? Are we about to fuck? Shit, I didn't bring condoms. I haven't even showered today. Unless you are about to have sex with me or are my medical doctor, you do not need to know shit about my genitals at all, ever. Sometimes people think it's cool to ask invasive and fascinated questions about my sexual orientation.
So, who are you attracted to?
I'll give you a hint. Not you. Many transgender people are queer, many are straight. I personally am queer as fuck. But I don't have to share that with you. I imagine that if I came up to you and asked, so who do you like to fuck out of nowhere, you would not be pleased. Another thing that comes up a lot is trans people's name and pronouns. I personally am named Griffin, and my pronouns are he, him, his, or they, them, theirs. If you ask, I will tell you it's pretty simple. If you get a trans person's pronouns or name wrong, apologize, vow internally to do better, and move on. Do not do this. Oh my god, I am so sorry. I must be punished. I am not worthy. It's fine. I forgive you. No, it's not fine. It's not fine. Spray me with water. Beat me to death with a spoon. I did not deserve to live. I do not deserve to be on this. Alright, so, everyone makes mistakes. It's fine. That's why we correct ourselves and apologize. If you make a big deal out of it, it'll be more awkward for both of us. Also, if you ever want to comment on why it's so hard to use someone's pronouns or their gender presentation, here's how you do it. So the way you dress just... Unless a trans person says, please describe how you interpret my gender presentation, you don't. Trans people's gender expression is constantly policed, and people constantly make excuses for not using our pronouns. And at the end of a long day of being constantly misgendered, I feel sad, angry, anxious, and defeated. Imagine how it would feel to have such a basic part of your identity erased, disrespected, and invalidated. It feels bad, so don't do it. And last but not least, it gets tiring when people ask me the following. When did you realize you were born in the wrong body? Many trans people experience dysphoria, meaning unpleasant or uncomfortable feelings that come up when a person feels that certain parts of them do not match how they feel inside about their gender identity, which is the best way I can think of to describe it. I experience dysphoria sometimes, but here's the thing. It does not mean I was born into the wrong body. I love my eyes, my soft, thick hair, my strong, healthy body. As one of my friends once said, medical transition does not involve a brain transplant. Just because I experience these feelings about certain things about my body does not mean I want to replace the whole thing. And there are transgender people who do not experience dysphoria and do not want to change their bodies at all. And they are just as trans as any other trans person. So it's always best not to make assumptions. Now for some questions you should ask trans people. Hi, what are your name and pronouns? What's your favorite ice cream flavor? Did you see the new Bob's Burgers episode? It was fucking awesome. I think you're cool. Want to hang out? Alright everyone, now that you've seen this video, I think you should be better equipped to interact with any trans people in your life. I hope you all have a great week. Thanks for watching.